Good morning. It is morning for me, and so good morning. I'm feeling it. I was planning to film outside this morning, but the place that I was sort of like thinking about, I got there, and as this happens quite a bit, it was just really loud. Louder than I've ever heard it. There's this gorgeous fountain that was suddenly so loud. But I do like this brick wall. I really am having the best time making videos this year. It's the first year in a while where I feel like I'm actually deciding to be part of this community. Like graduating college and being out in the real world, it's like I'm truly not tied right now to anything from my childhood, which is where BookTube started. I really do love sharing the love of books. Like I'm having so much fun reading this year. If you're new here, my name is Tiernan. Links to all of my social medias will be in the description. We have a good time over there. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up right now. Like just go ahead, we'll get started as soon as that happens. And if you're not subscribed, please make sure you do that. We know the drill, there's a bell. I'd really, really appreciate it. I've made lots of videos about queer books in my time. Today, I wanted to talk to you about some books that I'm reading this year and that are coming out this fall. Some new releases that we don't quite have yet, but I am like counting down the seconds. All of these books happen to be gay. When I'm on a queer lit kick, which is all the time, and then I read a book that is like a straight romance, I can enjoy it most of the time, but it's just not the same. Queer YA is so much fun lately. Thank God. The first book I want to talk to you about is my current read. It's one of those that kind of has my heart racing because I read it for one reason and I'm staying for another reason. It is Ziggy Stardust and Me by James Brandon. This is a debut novel. James Brandon is an actor, he's an activist, he does so many things. Obviously the cover's beautiful, we know that it's queer. Penguin published it. We're ready to go in. Once I started reading it, it's just one of those books where even if you don't relate to the themes, which I do, the storytelling is so honest and you can just tell that it's coming from a place of necessity. Like this story had to be told by James and it's amazing to witness that in a debut novel with such a creative twist in the storytelling. The main character is in high school struggling with his sexuality, but it's set in 1973. I don't want to give too much away. Ziggy Stardust is sort of present in this book in a very specific way. So if you're looking for your next amazing queer read, it's this one right here. And I'm also honored to say that if you live in LA, I will be moderating for James Brandon and Bill Koenigsberg at the Pasadena Public Library this day at 2 p.m. It's a Sunday. Coming up, we are going to be diving deep and having a great conversation. So please join us if you're in Southern California. Which leads me right into the next book I want to talk to you about, which is my most recent read. I've mentioned this in a video before, but this time I've read this book, so I can truly vouch for it. It is The Music of What Happens by Bill Koenigsberg. If you read and enjoyed What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera, I would definitely say like this is your next queer romance. It's sort of that, but a little bit distilled. There's not like the exciting chase, but it's also not insta-lovey at all. Like this is a deep dive into toxic masculinity in the gay community. There's intersectionality, deals with parental drama and friends, and it's also a super sweet love story between these two boys who are running a food truck over the summer. Like, that's what it is. It is like a pleasure to read. And Bill Koenigsberg is just so good at balancing these heavy themes because he takes on quite a bit. Okay, this next book, queer fantasy. Those are two words I did not think I'd be saying so much this year, but I'm so happy that I get to. So last year, we had Black Wings Beating by Alex London come out. Are you kidding me? This cover's stunning. Like, what an amazing follow-up to his Proxy duology. The sequel, Red Skies Falling, is out now, finally. I don't have it here with me. But if you're someone who's like enjoying queer YA right now, but also loves your like Throne of Glass or Six of Crows, or even just like one of those two things, you're gonna need to read these books by Alex London. It is a requirement if you're watching this video. Not on an unrelated note, I know I said this video was about 2019 reads, but it's a 2019 read for me because I've been blessed with an arc of Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. Also a queer fantasy. One of definitely my most anticipated books of 2020. I've read every single one of Adam Silvera's books with the exception of his first book, in ARC form. And I can't say that about literally any other author. Adam Silvera is that author for me where I will read every single book he publishes for the rest of his career, and I like started at 1 when 1 was out. So excited to see where he goes. Please bring on all the queer fantasy. Okay, it's gonna be a good fall. Find Me by Andre Aciman, the sequel to Call Me By Your Name. I really wanna love this book. I really do. I was just talking to my friend Christina Marie, who is a huge Call Me By Your Name fan, as am I. So I really hope for everyone's sake that this book is not written hastily, that it exists for the right reasons. The premise sounds just a little weird, like it follows the dad. I don't know what to make of it yet, but like I'm definitely gonna be giving it a read day 1. Let me know your thoughts if you are also anticipating this book. Find Me does not come out until October 29th. The final book I want to talk to you about is one that I know the least about of this list, but am really looking forward to. It's a new release this year, and it's Like a Love Story by Abdi Nizamian. Abdi Nizamian is a film producer, but he's also published many novels. I got this one at the Strand in New York. My friend grabbed it for me and said that I must read it. So this story is obviously very queer, and it follows 3 young people during the AIDS crisis during ACT UP: Judy, Reza, and Art. I love, love, love stories about friendship, especially when they're queer. You Know Me Well is my jam, and I think this will hit in some similar places. So those are all the books I have to share with you today. I feel really good about this list. Let me know your most anticipated queer books of this year or next year. What have you read this year that you love, even if it didn't come out this year? 2019 just happens to be a great year for queer YA. Thanks so much for watching. My name's Tiernan. Have a good one. Goodbye.